Okay, record it.
Story of Dave and Krissy. Right from the beginning, we knew that Dave was an interesting lad with a unique fashion sense. Dave discovered that every trip to the bathroom was not just an experience, but a special occasion that required a unique outfit. Even outside the bathroom, Dave still knew how to dress. His bold statements shaped fashion throughout the early 1980s. As we approached the 90s, it was evident that Dave did not want to leave the crazy decade called the 80s behind. Some of his new stylings raised eyebrows in Milan. In 1987, Dave hit an all-time low with his new shoulder pad raincoat look. The Carroll family could no longer deal with his crazy ways, and he was thrown out of the homestead. 2 years later, we accepted Dave back into the family with open arms. He was extremely tired and slightly wounded. Also, it appears as if someone or something had grabbed a hold of his right ear and yanked and yanked. Dave would never look the same again. In 1995, Dave met Krissy. She was a nice girl, but after we got to know her a little bit better, we discovered that she was a wee bit odd. One of her oddities was her camera phobia, or in layman's terms, fear of cameras. Here's a good example of it as Krissy hides her face from the camera. Here's another shot of Krissy hiding her face from the camera. Here's a classic shot of Krissy turning away from the camera. Here's a good one of Krissy hiding her face from the camera. After 2 years, we finally got a good full frontal shot of Krissy. Well, at least a full frontal shot of Krissy. Through many excursions with Dave and Krissy, I got to know her much better. Here's a good one of Krissy hard at work in the canoe. She's the navigator. In 1997, Dave proposed to Krissy. After that, it was almost if I could hardly recognize him at all. With all the hustle and bustle of a fast-approaching wedding, Krissy was a hard woman to get a hold of. The only recent shot I could find of her was one that I don't think she even knows exists. Just for the record, Krissy, I did not take this picture. Here's a picture of Krissy in mid-scratch. He learned many new things about weddings, but he discovered that the part he liked best was all the bows and frilly things around that showers. You haven't lost that fashion sense, have you, Dave? Dave and Krissy, your first 3 years together have been great ones, and now that you're married, we're sure that your lives will be even happier. We love you very much. God bless you both.